Being awake for 24 hours can be hard and you would feel tired, but after this, you experience weirder and weirder things. It could actually even be fatal. But how long can a human actually go without sleep?
Everyone always says I look tired and ask if I actually sleep, but doctor, would I be able to survive without sleep?
No, you would die.
What would happen if you didn't sleep? And I want to hear from you if this video is correct. And I want to show you an experiment that was conducted on people. It's scary.
Don't mess with my sleep.
In 1965, 17-year-old high school student Randy Garner stayed awake for 264 hours. That's 11 days.
Okay,
Wait, this is going fast. This is going.
11 days without sleep.
I am impressed that he managed 11 days. That I didn't know was possible.
Longest time without sleep.
The longest documented time a human has gone without sleep is 264 hours. That's the student. He risked his life. You could literally die.
Would your body not just be like, oh, you're too tired, you're gonna sleep now?
Yeah, but imagine if you're being kept awake.
On the second day, his eyes stopped focusing. Next, he lost the ability to identify objects by touch.
I've done a lot of research on sleep myself because I'm interested in it. I've never heard about these symptoms.
At the end of the experiment, he was struggling to concentrate, had trouble with short-term memory.
Okay, so those are the things I do feel when I'm tired or I haven't slept properly. I had the craziest recording with a certain YouTuber.
I wonder who.
I can't share this for 6 more months. I was jet lagged.
Okay.
So I woke up at 4 a.m. This was recorded at 1 a.m. the next day. So I was awake
That'll do.
for 17 hours and I did a challenge against him and I had to memorize something.
You didn't know anymore.
I had no clue.
And started hallucinating.
As doctors, sometimes we have to do like 7 night shifts in a row, and it's so intense on your body, and it's so hard to fall asleep at home, so you're super sleep deprived. A lot of doctors and nurses report that once someone dies and they're in this long night shift streak, they start having feelings of someone being in the room with them. And I've had the same. I'm like listening to the heart, making sure that there's not a heartbeat, and you look around and you just feel a presence, or you can just hear sometimes a whisper.
So there's this guy, Ross actually is a swimmer. He swam around the UK, right? He was
157 days? Wait, how did he eat?
He was in the water for 6 hours and then on a boat for 6 hours. So at some point he was so tired and sleep deprived that he was swimming and he was just hearing dogs and he was hearing so many things in the water or on the side. He was hallucinating while swimming.
Crazy story.
This is his tongue. It's just chipping off because of the salt. His wetsuit is cutting in his skin.
Although Garner recovered without long-term psychological or physical damage, for others, losing shut-eye can result in hormonal imbalance, illness, and in extreme cases, death. We're only beginning to understand why we sleep to begin with.
Yeah, why do we sleep? We spend so much of our time, 1/3.
It's an interesting question because you can also answer it in a simple way. It's like we sleep to regenerate because that's how our bodies work.
And sleep is one of those times where you process like emotions, your memories, but you also save memories.
Adults need 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night, and adolescents need about 10.
This is what we generally recommend. Young people need more sleep.
Why is it that adolescents, younger people, teenagers need more sleep?
They have growth hormone. We covered this in a previous episode. And growth hormone is peaked when sleeping, and you just need more of that when you're young. You just need to grow more and more.
The rise in sleep-inducing chemicals like adenosine and melatonin send us into a light doze that grows deeper, making our breathing and heart rate slow down and our muscles relax.
And melatonin, very important. If you get blue light from your phones or you get it from your screens, etc., you're gonna produce less melatonin. And there are people who are hypersensitive to light. You could be a hypersensitive melatonin person that really needs to prevent any light from coming in. I go as far as I replaced every light in my entire house with smart lights, and after the sun is set, it only
Dims
goes
to like...
Not even, it's red. There's not a single blue color in there.
When it gets dark outside, some people might get sleepy because it gets dark outside, but we are in a room with an insane amount of lights right now, but we could also get sleepy right about now because of our circadian rhythm, the night and day rhythm.
Exactly.
Which basically tells us like, hey, you normally go towards bed or to bed around this time, and you do this every single day. It's the rhythm, but your rhythm is a little bit messed up if you go overseas and the times change, and this is why I always wake up at 4 or 3 a.m. in the US?
In the United States, it's estimated that 30% of adults and 66% of adolescents are regularly sleep deprived.
I've never been into this lifestyle. I don't drink any alcohol. I never have, and I've never partied.
Same.
I never understood how it's worth it to still be at a party at 4 a.m. and feel sleep deprived.
4 times in my life, I went out and I did it. And every single time, all my friends joke and they say, oh, when Yaad goes out, he gets ill the day after. I get super sick. I can't do that. It's not worth it.
It destroys my entire day after. It's not worth it. I don't understand how people do it.
Are they maybe chronically sleep deprived and they don't realize how good life can be?
I actually proposed this to one of my friends, and I was like, if you're in bed for 8 hours and get at least 7 hours of sleep, you will feel so much better. Life is so much better. He was like, I disagree. I get like 5 hours of sleep every single night, and I feel great. I'm not saying you can't function or you can't feel good, but you probably just don't know what it feels like to feel good.
When we lose sleep, learning, memory, mood, and reaction time are affected. Sleeplessness may also cause inflammation, hallucinations, high blood pressure, and it's even been linked to diabetes and obesity.
Why is that?
So, when I did the night shift, I happened to have a glucose meter on me. We did an experiment. I had a shift of 7 nights, and we saw that my glucose levels was rising and rising to a concerning level. They thought that I might develop type 2 diabetes. And I live really healthy. Like, I'm really focused on my diet. I am quite thin. I was so shocked. 1 week.
Something that I've heard, something that I've also seen in real life with contestants of the 90-day challenge is when they don't sleep well, they don't burn fat properly. Even though they are in a caloric deficit, they're not losing fat.
The answer is hormones, hormones, hormones. When you wake up, your cortisol level spikes and it's healthy. It's a stress hormone, it wakes you up and it sets the tone for the day.
For a handful of people on the planet who carry a rare inherited genetic mutation, sleeplessness is a daily reality. This condition, known as fatal familial insomnia, places the body in a nightmarish state of wakefulness, forbidding it from entering the sanctuary of sleep.
I've never heard of this.
I don't know if this is about the exact same thing, but what I've heard, people that sleep bad, they are getting worried that they might be sleeping bad. So they get into this vicious circle of being afraid of bad sleep, and that being afraid concerns them, and them being concerned rises their sort of fight or flight mode, and they are not capable of falling asleep because they are too tense.
This is one of the most famous vicious circles I see in my patients. They come with, hey, I couldn't sleep for 3 days, now I'm worried, and then it becomes 4, it becomes 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and we just have to teach them to calm down, it's gonna be fine.
Something that helped for my girlfriend, when she couldn't really properly sleep, and we talked about if you're in bed and you're just laying there with your eyes closed and you're just laying there as a meditative state or just focusing on, like, don't care if you fall asleep or not. It doesn't matter.
It's already productive.
It's already productive.
Just lay down. It's still productive. Don't worry. You're not wasting your time.
And that mindset will probably get you to fall asleep.
How can sleep deprivation cause such immense suffering? Scientists think the answer lies with the accumulation of waste products in the brain.
To me, it sounds like you're just using your body in a way it's not designed to. Let's say if I'm using a car and I'm driving it and I don't do an oil change, it probably breaks down a lot faster, right?
Right.
Because I am not sleeping, I'm not doing the oil change, and it breaks down way earlier. Death is probably way earlier.
And if they're not cleared away, they collectively overload the brain and are thought to lead to the many negative symptoms of sleep deprivation. What's happening in our brain when we sleep to prevent this? Scientists found something called the glymphatic system, a cleanup mechanism that removes this buildup and is much more active when we're asleep. We can be sure that slipping into slumber is a necessity if we want to maintain our health.
One thing I want to introduce in my life is naps. Every time I take a nap for 15 minutes, I feel so refreshed.
But what if you type in no sleep experiment?
The Soviets were trying to develop this substance that would allow their soldiers to stay awake for a really long time during wartime. And the story about the experience goes that the soldiers took the substance and they went completely insane. They became inhuman. One ripped his own throat out while another one started to eat other people. But anyways, there's this conspiracy where people believe that the story is actually real.
I just found it interesting that you've never heard of it.
I've never heard of this.
It has its own Wikipedia page.
Oh, but it is a creepypasta. It probably isn't the real thing. Man, I gotta say, I'm feeling kind of sleepy.
If you want to see the previous episode, make sure to click here and make sure to subscribe to this link and hit that bell. And we'll see you in the next episode. And make sure to sleep. Get your sleep in. You can actually track your sleep in our workout app, free workout app, link in the description.